What's up, Green Jackets fans, and welcome to yet another episode of Buzzwords. A very special guest on this episode, John Schow, who is our food and beverage director with the Green Jackets. And first of all, John, I know you've been staying really busy, but how have you been?
Good, real good. It's good to be in the ballpark. It's good to be in South Carolina.
Yeah, and speaking of being in the ballpark, on Thursday, you guys had that happy hour event. How did that go? It looked like a lot of fun.
It was great. People were really excited to be there. We were excited to be like cooking and touching fans. At least talking to them. There were a lot of people who wanted handshakes, but there's no handshaking right now. So yeah, it was cool. It was neat. People were really excited to be in the stadium.
I mean, you've kept yourself pretty busy over the last month or so doing the meal kits and now the happy hour and whatnot. What is it like for you to be able to continue to connect with fans through food when other people like me, I can't get on the air and broadcast, but you're still able to do that for the fans? How cool is that for you?
It's great. I mean, it's super good. It's super nice to see so I'm pretty new to this market, and like a lot of minor league baseball, you have to tier what you make based on what people eat in the region. People want that stuff. And so it's been really cool for me because I can see what sells in this region. I'm not familiar with pimento cheese. I hadn't had it until December of this year. It's delicious, but the possibilities you can use with it are incredible. And so it's kind of cool to connect with fans that way.
Yeah, you mentioned pimento cheese. You're rocking the hat. We're kind of kicking off
Yep.
the whole pimento cheese series right now, which is super awesome. But I wanted to ask you because, in my opinion, I think you have a super cool job. You're working with food and you're working with baseball, which are two of my favorite things personally. But how on earth do you get into that? How do you get started in minor league baseball food?
So when I started in minor league baseball food, I was working at a restaurant with a gentleman, and he had answered a job ad for Rosenblatt Stadium in Omaha, where the Royals AAA played. And he asked me, "Hey, do you want to come and work at a baseball stadium? They have 300 seats. It's a good restaurant." I was like, "I have no idea what you're talking about." And so I went and worked with him for a year, and then he quit, and they promoted me to head chef. And so I worked for another 2 years, and that was when they had the College World Series there too. And so it was like all this food for baseball, and it's stuff you don't think about. People think of a hot dog at baseball, and we were doing steak dinners, and we're doing barbecue, and we're doing all these cool things. And so it was just totally bizarre. It's like this whole hidden culinary world that people even in culinary, they don't know about. They've never heard of it. Like, you do what now? And so it was great. And so I worked there for about 3 years, and then left, and then the Royals rebranded to the Omaha Storm Chasers. They built a new stadium, and so I interviewed for a job there and got the job there. And so I've been in baseball since. So that would be 2011. And it's super fun, and it's super cool because, like, with minor league baseball, you get a little more freedom. You can do some crazy stuff that, like, you're not trying to sell it. Like, are we going to sell $10,000 worth of pimento cheese pizza? No, of course not. And everyone knows that. But is it something cool you can have on the menu and you can only do it here? Yeah. And I mean, I couldn't get away with having that in a restaurant, but we can do those kind of things in baseball.
What's the craziest thing you've done in minor league baseball?
Oh, shoot. When I was at the El Paso Stadium, we sold margaritas that were rimmed. The salt around the rim was made with a muguet worm, like a grub that grows into a cricket. And they mix it with hibiscus flower, and so it's purple salt. And I've never seen anything like it. I've never tasted anything like it. And so you rim the glass, and then as you drink, the salt goes into the drink, and it creates like these trails of purple. It's incredible. I've never seen anything like it. Did it sell? Okay. I mean, 10 a game.
That's cool. I don't think I've ever heard of anything like that. So, okay, do you have anything crazy coming up for when the Green Jackets finally start playing? Or are you not allowed to maybe hint at some of those things?
I can hint at some of it. So we have a good partnership with Palmetto, and they're a pimento cheese company. And so we're really trying to lean in hard on that because it's good. And, obviously it's something that we can do locally, regionally, And so we're trying to do some stuff with that. We're looking at a pimento cheese grilled cheese. And so we're going to do one with a turkey and the pimento cheese, and then we're going to do one with American cheese, pimento cheese, and cheddar cheese. So it'll be like triple cheese grilled cheese. And so we've been working on that, and we started working on it before, quarantine and whatnot. And I think we have it fine tuned well enough that we can definitely execute that.
Nice.
We're also looking at shrimp grits in a bread cone. And so it is like shrimp and grits that you can walk around and eat, which is super cool to me, because shrimp and grits is like, it's like din-din. Like you sit down, you have a plate and your napkin, and this is something you can do at the ballpark. And we thought that was really cool.
That is super cool. So lots of stuff to look forward to for Green Jackets fans. And you've been here for a little while now. This will be your first season coming up. But
Yeah.
what do you like most about this market? I know you said it's different because each market has to be different, right? But what do you like most about working here in Augusta?
Well, I think that, like, people talk about the Southern hospitality, and being, from Omaha and West Texas most recently, it's here. And so you have a little more time with the exchange between customers, where it's a little less artificial and a little more genuine. And so I really like that. Whereas when someone says, hey, thanks, this looks good, I really believe what they're saying. And so it's like almost instant feedback, which is cool to me.
That is super cool and definitely unique to this area. Now, I don't know if I have my facts straight, but you might be the most decorated, or one of the most decorated guys in the Green Jackets front office staff. You have a couple championship rings, is that right?
I have 4 championship rings, three from the Storm Chasers, 1 from the El Paso Chihuahuas, and I've done 2 All-Star games also. And All-Star game, and people watching, if you ever have a chance to go, and eat. Because we take all the stops out. We did in Omaha, we did a whole fish fry station with fresh seafood, and you could walk up and say, I want clams, I want scallops, and I want shrimp. And the guy would hand bread it in front of you and fry it, and then you had it in a paper cone, a minute and a half later. And that's stuff you don't see anywhere. And so if you guys can go to an All-Star game, go.
Definitely, yeah. That's crazy, all the different things that you guys get to do because it's minor league baseball, and you kind of have a little bit more freedom, like you said. But I know the event on Thursday went super well, and we're looking forward to having fans back in the ballpark in different capacities coming up as well. And John, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us.
Oh, thank you. Always a pleasure, sir.
Yeah, again, I think you have one of the coolest jobs in the whole world. Food and baseball, it doesn't get much better than that. But that's John Schow. He's our Director of Food and Beverage with the Green Jackets. This was another episode of Buzzwords, presented, as always, by WOW Internet, Cable, and Phone. And we will talk to you guys next time.